Yo, what's going on, SoFi investors? My name's Jason, and today I want to talk about a really cool milestone that SoFi just hit, so make sure you stick around for the video. If you haven't yet, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so we can get into that YouTube algorithm. I really appreciate it. All right, let's get started. If you look at the screen right now, I'm on Simply Wall Street, and this breaks down the ownership breakdown of SoFi stock. And for the first time in over 2 years, look right here, guys. SoFi goes over 40% institutional ownership. The general public sits at 53.2%, and we're getting closer and closer to the institutional ownership going higher than the general public or retail. It's not the greatest institutional ownership we've ever had. If you take a look at this chart from Fintel, we need to be about over 450 million shares. That'll be the most shares ever owned by institutions. But you got to also remember there's been some dilution. So we're not quite at the highest percentage of institutional ownership yet. We're going to have to get between 450 million shares and 475 million shares to be the greatest institutional ownership we've ever seen at SoFi. Right now, we're sitting around 430 million shares owned by institutions, and then retail owns 562 million shares. So what's happening is retail is selling and institutions are gobbling up more and more shares. That's great for SoFi. I mean, if you look at this chart, look from right around the summer of 2023, like that May, June area was like the low for a really long time. And then for the last year, man, look at this increase going up and up and up and up. Institutions are starting to recognize how valuable SoFi's business is, and they're starting to pile in and gather up shares. That's why us as retail, we can't get scared of these price fluctuations. We just want under $7 a share. Think about this as a buying opportunity, like Kathy Wood did with Palantir. And we ran up to like 24, 25 bucks, and then boom, it crashed hard. Now it's at like $20, $21, and she just bought 1.3 million shares of Palantir this week. It's been a crazy, crazy week in the markets with all these earnings being released, but don't get scared. Don't get shaken out of your shares so these institutions can buy up your shares at a cheaper price. They're gathering shares, gathering shares. And I'm predicting within the next 6 months, we're going to be over 450 million shares owned by institutions. And maybe by the end of 2025, not 2024, not by the end of this year, but the end of next year, I think we'll see the flip of institutional owners owning more of SoFi stock than the general public. All right, guys, if you like these kind of SoFi updates, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, leave me some comments in the section below about how you feel about SoFi getting all these institutional owners at their doorstep, getting shares off of retail. If you're a retail investor, do not sell your shares to these institutions. They want to scare you out. All these bear articles that have been coming out recently are complete hot garbage. Do your due diligence on SoFi and you'll realize this stock will be very, very valuable in years to come. All right, thanks again, guys. We'll catch up with you on the next one. Peace.